There we go.
With the issue, as the administration's also fighting to keep up, to remove razor wire along the border that is intended to keep, this surge lowered, to keep people out from crossing illegally.
Governor Abbott's razor wire does not prevent. It does not prevent non-citizens from unlawfully crossing. That's not what it does. If anything, it puts at risk, it puts the lives of the Border Patrol at risk. It puts them in danger. That's what the razor wire does.
Oh my God.
Good one.
And that's what the Governor Abbott is doing. Again, a political stunt that doesn't actually fix the problem and puts Border Patrol agents
Fixing it right now.
Well, I just hope, but I mean,
sure, a temporary solution, obviously. But I guess the reason that I'm
but
coming
Jackie,
to it from this perspective is because
it puts Border Patrol. It puts them in a difficult position, right?
I hear you. But when you're talking about the impeachment proceeding, for instance, as baseless, and you have, Democrats calling on the administration to do more. You had the mayor of Denver today saying that Denver has become the highest city per capita for migrant recipients in the country. You've had mayors in New York and Chicago begging for more federal help, saying that the administration is not answering them. And then you have Texas saying that they've had to take measures into their own hands because the administration isn't enforcing existing laws on the books. The numbers keep going up. You have, records being shattered every month. A population bigger than the size of Seattle coming in since October. And I understand where you're coming from, but in the meantime, when there's really not been any progress, and you always talked about how this has been an issue for decades, what is the administration doing right now to actually improve the crisis at the border?
We have House Republicans that's literally blocking the president's effort to do something. That's what they're doing. They're playing political games. They're doing political stunts. Literally, House Republicans themselves voted to decrease the amount of Border Patrol agents by 2,000. They're getting in the way and they don't want to help. But we are glad that we are working with Senate Republicans and Democrats in a bipartisan way to come up with a bipartisan agreement.
Really?
To deal with the border security. That's what we're seeing. Those negotiations have been going on. They're continuing this week. And we really do hope that we come to a place where we can talk about a bipartisan agreement where we can deal with the funding and the policy. And, House Republicans are getting in the way. That's what they want to focus on.
Come on, man! Just to be clear, how does the razor wire put Border Patrol agents at risk, Karine? The Biden administration themselves said that the agents have been cutting the wire to provide medical assistance to migrants or to apprehend migrants who have already crossed into U.S. territory.
Let me be more clear. It makes it more difficult. It actually makes it more difficult for Border Patrol to apprehend those who do cross. So I'm going to just clear that up a little bit. Just to be more clear, it does make it more difficult for them to do their jobs, right? It does.
A quick last question, if we can. President Biden obviously campaigned on the idea of being a bipartisan leader, the ability to work together. One of his biggest successes, the White House would say, would be the infrastructure law right now, $1 trillion. It was approved with the support of Democrats and Republicans. Right now, there's a new Republican House Speaker. President Biden hasn't had a one-on-one meeting with him yet. Many weeks have now passed. Is there any indication when that would happen, and what's precluding the president from saying, Speaker Johnson, come to the White House, let's sit down and talk about this?
Wow.
So here's what I'll say to that. You have Speaker Johnson, who has been very clear where he stands on the border, right? Who continues with the House Republicans to make this a political issue and to move forward with political stunts, and has blocked any efforts for the president to deal with the border. That's what we've seen. That is what we've seen from the Speaker. Now, the president has been able, with his team, right, to have a bipartisan conversation and negotiation with senators, Republicans and Democrats. That is a good thing.
What are you saying?
That is a good thing. We think those negotiations are headed in the right way as we talk about border security. And, you know, we are hopeful. We are hopeful that we'll come to a place that we are dealing with an issue that Americans really care about. And that's where we are, Peter.
No
That is
plans are
where
being made for the two sides to meet.
I don't have anything to read out to you, but that is the playing field that we're seeing right now.
These matches say you're lying.
Seriously,